YFL Lucci and Thugger had beef for the last 10 years. Talking about daddy issues, by the way, I just saw a video of Young Thug and little kid who actually let me never make that joke because he just died, so I don't want to do that. Anyways, they had beef for the last 10-15 years thereabouts, and during that time a number of individuals have been murdered, allegedly, by the way. This is all alleged stuff because the police don't actually have any evidence for this, right? During this time, a number of individuals have been kidnapped, murdered, raped, you name it. And hearing this story makes me fear Young Thug a little bit more, I'll be honest. Because not once did I suspect that Young Thug had an issue with Lucci. Never mentions his name in his songs at all. So obviously this must be like a really, really serious beef. And besides that, this nigga's been shooting at each other. And they only live about 10 minutes away from each other. Yeah. So, okay, the story goes like this. I'm a little bit all over the place. The story broke when the new district attorney came out and said, yo, your new rappers, there's a video out online, but I can't bother finding it now. But she came out and said, your new rappers think that is all fun and games because the last district attorney has just been letting you lot do whatever the fuck you lot want. But now that I'm new, because she's new in it, and I feel like she has a point to prove. And obviously she's just doing her job, so I'm not even get these motherfucking criminals off the streets, in my opinion. But being a music journalist and a music lover, I don't know if I stand on that 100%. But let's just put that to the side for a second. So these niggas is having beef, right? And according to the district attorney, they've now created like a crime organization that's very similar to like the Italian mob crime organizations, where the nigga at the top, they don't necessarily see each other ever, but the little youngins are always shooting at each other because of the beef that they've got. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for this reason, they actually do not have any evidence that Young Thug... They have no evidence that suggests that Young Thug has been ordering these hits and these robberies and these attacks or whatever you want to call it. What they are indicting them on is the brand YSL. So the district attorney is claiming that the YSL brand isn't just a record label, but a gang organization.
What?
Yes, that's where it gets tricky.
Oh, is that why Gunna was involved?
Yes. And the only reason why Gunna was arrested is literally two reasons: for wearing the chain, which means he was representing the gang, blah 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 blah, and he said in a song, we got hundreds and thousands of choppers. That's what they're indicting him on. He's got nothing else to do with the gang. He don't even know. He knows these niggas, but he's not really associating with that side of things. He's just in the music side of things. Does that make sense? And this is where it gets tricky, because it's not just YSL. They're also investigating 4PF. Is it 4PF or 4PT? I don't know if it's 4PT or 4. You know what I'm talking about.
No.
Little Baby's label thing.
His personal one.
Yep. And they're called 4. Where is it? I've got it written down. 4PF.
4PF.
Yeah. 4PF is what they're called. They're investigating them as well, because this new district attorney believes that these guys aren't just musicians, but they are the leaders of these criminal organizations and their record labels are actually criminal organizations, and she's trying to make a case based off of this.
Is this a white lady?
Nope, she's black.
Let me ask the question again. Is this a white lady?
Nope, she blackity black. Very
Let me
black.
ask the question again. Is this a white lady?
And I will answer you again. She's blacker than black.
Okay, let me specify. Let me be more specific. Is this an externally black lady?
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
internally,
yeah. She a banana.
white woman.
Oh, no, banana, sorry. Coconut. I don't know if that...
It's not even...
I don't know if that's racist or whatever, but, you know.
Okay, this is I hear it and I also don't hear it. This is very... Do you know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like being antagonistic.
This is reaching.
This sounds like you're being antagonistic. You're trying it. You're really trying it.
Fam, you need to watch the video. After we're done with the podcast, I might send you the video. You need to watch the video of the statement she released. She sounded excited, bro. And I'm like, one, you have no evidence. She has no evidence for all of this stuff, by the way. There's no evidence that links Young Thug directly to Lucci. That's why she's trying to wrap them up in a RICO case, because if you put it under a RICO charge, then you don't have to have direct evidence that it came straight from Thug. Does that make sense?
She's the district attorney.
Yep.
What exactly is a district attorney? Sorry.
The district attorney is basically the head lawyer for the state.
Oh, for the state.
Yep. For the state of Georgia.
She's just been voted. She's recently been voted in.
Yep. And she's doing this to make a point. And this is why I said earlier, on one hand, yes, get these criminals off the roads. I don't want to get robbed on the way home. Oh, I don't live in Atlanta, but I hear from niggas that it's fucking crazy out there. So yes, if I was a civilian living in Atlanta, definitely get these niggas locked up.
Yeah, please.
But on the other hand, you're coming out on a press conference telling us, although there isn't any substantial evidence that links these two gentlemen, you are going to wrap them up in a RICO case.
Your job is to find substantial evidence.
Exactly. But guess what she's trying to use as evidence, or in place of evidence? The lyrics on their songs.
And that's crazy.
It is. And the reason why it's crazy is because Young Thug doesn't actually mention YFN Lucci's name in any of his songs at all. And I'm sure he did that strategically. Pardon?
And YFN Lucci doesn't mention Young Thug.
Exactly. And I'm sure they both did that strategically, right? But she's not even trying to go for like a direct mention of the crimes or whatever. She's just taking all of the lyrics, any lyrics that they mention we got 100 choppers. Oh yeah, nah.
This is the conversation we were having before.
Pardon?
This is the conversation we were having before about lyrics used in court.
Yes.
Well, I think we kind of came to the middle ground of like, there obviously has to be a
substantial
reason,
evidence that this
substantial evidence
links,
and then the lyrics could supplement in certain cases.
Fam,
if the lyrics are acting like they're Dora the Explorer and they're giving you a map to the body, then use it.
Exactly.
Fine, cool.
But in this case, that's not what's happening.
Lyrics first, nigga. That's so stupid.
Exactly.
That's like taking a script and saying that the director is a psychopath.
Exactly. And that's what this lady is planning on doing. She's planning on just taking all of the lyrics and painting it as if they're a gang organization.
Yeah, that's clearly
and
different
then
agendas.
Yeah, and then use that to wrap them up in the RICO case. And that's exactly why they're looking into Lil Baby as well. And they're looking into a couple other unknown rappers. Well, not unknown, but like really like smaller rappers in Atlanta.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And for the people listening that have probably heard recent all the episodes, this is what I mean when I say act white. I don't mean, I know you social bastards, social justice bastards think that when I say act white, you're not allowed to be well spoken and have proper tonality. No, 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 no. I'm talking about when you can't culturally relate to your own people. That's what I'm talking about. Or when you choose to look at your own people like you're not part of them. That's what I'm talking about.
So basically, Uncle Tom, your shit out.
It's a bit Uncle Tomish. It's
Yeah.
understandable if you grew up in a white environment.
Of course, of course. If
But
you grew
for
up in a
you,
white environment,
it's
that's
like
what you know. But if you grew up in a hood, then you can't really do that.
not even then. It's still weird because biologically, people associate with people that look like them.
Yeah, of
So
course.
for you to have zero black friends as a black man is crazy.
It is crazy. But there are black men out there that exist with such predicament.
And that's when we point out and say, what's wrong with you? But
That's true.
hopefully this case falls through because there's no
But then
case.
that's the thing though. It's not I don't think it's going to, because guess what? They haven't even granted them bail. They've denied both of them bail. Even Ghana.
They detained them.
Yes, they're in fam. It's serious, bro. This has been all. This is why people have been not really outraging, but people have been like sharing this and like, oh, let's like cancel culture pisses me off so much. Once the government is doing some shit that's not wrong, these niggas are quiet as fuck. But anyways, this is why people have been on a little bit of an outrage, because one, there isn't any substantial evidence at all that the police have, and they've come out and said that we don't have any substantial evidence, and we've been building a case against Young Thug, blah 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 blah, for 10 years, right? They've been under surveillance for 10 years.
Okay, this is just getting more ridiculous as you say.
And in that 10 years, they haven't found any evidence that directly links.
So ridiculous.
Young
Are you
Thug
sure this is real? You're not
this
pulling
is
my
real.
leg.
Fam, after we're done, go on Twitter, go on the links of the reported. So many different outlets reported it. So this is real. This is real.
Bro,
Yeah.
you watch someone for 10 years. Bro, if I think a nigga
but the reason why they're still targeting him is because they have evidence of his little soldiers or people that are under him or whatever attacking YFN Lucci's people, and even YFN
What
Lucci
does that
himself.
mean?
Exactly, and that's the point. That's the point.
If I think a nigga works in McDonald's and I watch him go to work every day for 10 years and he walks into KFC, why the fuck would I still think he works at McDonald's? Because his brother works there. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know, bro. But this is how it is out here. So this is why. Okay, first of all, the fact that Young Thug and Gunna, actually even Young Thug, fair enough. If Young Thug wasn't granted bail, I understand. This is the guy that you think is the leader of the organization. You might be scared that he might be on the run. He's got enough money to do that. So yeah, cool. I get that. But Gunna wasn't even granted bail, and all they were detaining him for, they have zero evidence that he had any attacks or anything like that, or anything to do with any criminal activities. But for the fact that he mentioned we have hundreds and thousands of choppers on a song, for that reason they didn't grant him bail. And I was like, excuse me?
Yeah, she's racist.
Like, niggas can't rap about having guns in songs now.
She's racist. She's racist.
Even if she's not racist, she hates herself, or she hates her blackness.
She hates rappers.
Oh yeah, she definitely hates black rappers. But it's crazy. And this is why, if we go back to the conversation about using lyrics in court, this is exactly why I feel like it's a slippery slope, because the first thing all of these fucking disgusting ass politicians and lawyers and all these niggas are gonna do is they're just gonna fucking just chuck it up to RICO, because with a RICO you don't have to connect shit.
Yeah, it is a slippery slope, but in theory it makes sense.
It makes sense in theory, but in practice you're gonna end up
in
locking a lot of niggas
yeah.
up that ain't done shit but just wanna rap hard.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying?
It's things always go awry in the hands of people. Like, in theory, using hydrogen to create large amounts of energy is a very good idea.
That's true.
And then niggas go and drop it on a city. So,
That's true. That's
I,
true.
so I guess
No, I hear that. I hear that. But it's just sad, man. It's just sad. Like Young Thug was about to drop an album as well. I was waiting for it, and all of a sudden, nah, this nigga locked up. And okay, actually, to make this even more interesting, let me read some of the charges that he's been locked up for. Apart from the RICO charge, these are some of the other charges he's been detained for, and some of them were charges from 10 years ago. It's like okay, hold on, there we go. So the first one is conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Inspired and Corrupt Organization Act. That's obviously the RICO charge, and that was issued in 2013.
okay.
That's when they started investigating that, right? Participation in criminal street gang activity. It's more recent.
He's probably guilty.
Possession of marijuana with intent to distribute.
That's a bullshit one they used to
in 2022.
What?
Yes, nigga.
Nigga, there's dispensaries, bro.
Fam, they're trying to convince me that Young Thug had bags of weed because he's trying to sell it in 2022. That's all for him to smoke, bro.
What? All the lawyer has to do is slap his accounting on the table and tell
I know,
you,
but that's the thing. Yeah, they know that, but that's the thing, and that's exactly why they didn't grant him bail, because these cases, yes, you can disprove them, but it will take like 2-3 years. So they want him to sit in jail, go through it while he's trying to fight these. This is just an attack on rappers, in my opinion,
bro. In a slightly different note, intent to distribute needs the definition needs to change, because intent to distribute only accounts for the weight or the amount you have. Intent to distribute should be based upon a sale about to be made, or a sale
even if
in
not
progress.
sell, maybe like production, maybe packaging them into little fucking bags.
Something else has to count as intent to distribute.
Not just if I have a fucking ounce of weed. How you know? I could want to smoke that fucking ounce of weed to myself. I ain't giving no niggas this fucking weed. That's all my weed.
Word. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
But anyways, let me read the rest of the charges, because these go quite a few. Controlled substance with intent to distribute. I'm sure that's like probably the pills and the perks and shit that they found on him. Again, that's bullshit. Possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, which is also bullshit, because his firearm would have probably been registered, but because they found him with a firearm while they're claiming that he's trying to distribute weed, now that's a new felony, which is fucking crazy.
Firearms are legal in Atlanta, bro.
No, they're not illegal. But you have to.
No, I said they're legal.
Yeah, no, they are. Yeah, I know. But you can have illegal guns in Atlanta, because you have to purchase them legally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then possession of sawed-off shotgun, sawed-off rifle, machine gun, dangerous weapons, or silencer. Unlawful for persons employed by, associated with criminal street gangs to conduct or participate in criminal activity.
Wait. Unlawful for person employed by. What?
Yep.
Unlawful for person employed by.
Yep.
/ associated with criminal street gang.
Yep. So basically, they're charging him for basically that. I don't know specifically what that charge means, because I'm no lawyer, but from what it sounds like he's being charged because he's employing someone that's involved in criminal activities, which I'm guessing is how they're trying to build up the perception that he's a mob boss. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then the last two is unlawful for
the same
person,
same.
blah blah blah. Yeah, the same one. Yeah. Wow, he
Those
got charged 3 times, or maybe for 3 different people. God damn. But anyway, shout out to
all of those are this. That's fucking wait. Yeah. All of those are this year, the same month, and issued on the same day. So they just planned to roll out and go get him. That's what they did.
Pretty much. Yep. Yeah, pretty much. And that's why I definitely believe this is an attack. Like, this is
And
not
the
no.
RICO opened in 2013,
Yep.
and they have suspects of participation of criminal street gang activity in 2018.
2022. A
In
whole 9
2018,
years later, bro. A whole 9 years, bro.
that's a big fat agenda.
But yeah. All I have to say to that is just prayers to Young Thug and his family, prayers to Gunna, his family, and also prayers to Yak Gotti, who has also been arrested, and he is part of YSL as well. Let me see if I can find what he was arrested for. Where is he? Yes, this gets even more ridiculous. Guess why Yak Gotti got arrested?
Why?
Because he took a picture standing on YFN Lucci's car, and then used that use that as his album cover for one of his projects. And apparently that's evidence of street tension. This is what the DA is claiming. They're just drawing at straws, bro. They're just picking anything that they can. Like, oh yeah, no, look, he took. Fair enough. Yes, we know. Yes, if you take a picture on your enemy's car, or someone that's supposed to be an enemy in hip hop or whatever, like, we know that that's like some type of diss or whatever. But that doesn't mean you're trying to kill the nigga.
Tension. That's not street tension. Niggas could stand on my car today. I'd have tension with that nigga.
Exactly. Do you get what I'm saying? But prayers to Yak Gotti, because he's been locked up as well with no bail. And also prayers to Little Keed, who's also part of YFN, and he actually allegedly committed suicide because of this case.
Now you're taking the piss.
Nah, I'm being serious. Yeah, he died recently, like literally like yesterday or the day before. Yep. And earlier I was gonna mention that talking about parents, or talking about daddy issues. I saw a video of Young Thug kissing this guy, Little Kid. Well, not kissing, but you know, they gave each other a little peck on the cheek. And I was gonna make a joke about that, but I was like, nah, it's not the right time to make a joke, because this nigga literally, like,
Yeah, we'll see how this progresses.
yeah, pretty much.
Because this sounds like complete bullshit.
Yep, it's exactly what it sounds like. Yeah, rest in peace to Little Kid, and yeah, that's actually before we move on. His lawyer also, well, Young Thug's lawyer also came out and said that they have him in a very terrible state. They have him locked up in some like fucking dungeon type of prison, giving him shit food and all of this. So it's clearly maybe someone that he's pissed off or something. Someone's targeting.
There's time to antagonize the niggas.
Yeah, definitely. So it's not no, like, yeah, of course we know that maybe they might commit some criminal activities or whatever, but someone has it in for these niggas. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways,